Parsnips. That's probably what I was start with.
My head is cold.
They're really grey.
I just realised I've got noise out front. Let me sort that out.
I've got flux on, I've just realised. Oh, God.
Wow.
Flux, no. I don't think it shows up on stream.
I don't know.
Good evening.
Hello.
Did I spell regional wrong? Right.
Regional wrong.
Wrong.
That would be embarrassing. I think it's... I'm pretty sure that's fine. Hello, good evening.
Anal.
I'm getting out of this.
Region.
I feel like a right boomer. Where's the chat gone? Oh, I've lost the chat.
Oh, just someone laugh.
There it is, I found it. Good evening, hello. Right. I just got to mute the chat. There we go. Perfect, without a hitch. Don't know if you saw that. Alright.
Was it without a hitch? My lights have flit in my camera.
There's no such thing, bro. Uh-oh.
Oh!
Boomer moment, yeah. Proper boomer moment. Oh, why is the whole stream frozen for me?
Oh, it's technology. It's great when it works, isn't it?
That really did get me that time. That's pretty good.
Everyone says it.
Yeah, it's factual. That made it. Right, screens are set up. Job's a good one. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Good evening, Shanice. Good evening, Marie. Good evening, hidden watchers. Lurkers.
Shadow. Lurking.
Shadow watchers.
Lurkers.
Can't say anything. I've never commented on a stream in my life that I can think of.
So you're always
I watch a hell of a lot of them. Yeah, I'm a lurker.
Yeah.
All through and through lurking.
You're a leecher, not a cedar.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%, yeah. Why would you be a cedar?
I mean, what
does all that mean?
Where it's like the big Chad guy. He's got his like girlfriend on like the laptop, and he's like, "Here we go, babe. So what we want to do is where it says seeding, right click and click stop." He's got he's got the big chin and the beard. He's like...
Those who know. Right, so we just want to let you know, James, everything's all right. Unfortunately, however, he couldn't make it this evening. He's had quite a long day and some things have gone on, so he's not able to make it this evening. So it'll be just myself and Callum. So if that upsets you, moving on.
But he will be at the gig.
Yes, so James will be at the show next week. He's opening in Yeovil for us and for Empire of One at the Duke of York, which is going to be a real fun show. Can't wait. It's our last of the year. We're going to make it a bit of a bang, I think. We'll have a bit of a fun time. Have a bit of a groovy one. And maybe we'll try out a new cover for a bit of a laugh. You can be the first to judge us on that one, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you haven't got your tickets yet, next Friday in Yeovil, come on down. Callum, I've made a bit of an error here. I haven't poured my drink. Can you cover for me for just a second?
I don't know.
You there? Just speak to yourself. I believe in you, bro.
I look at the camera. It's really weird. You know when people would look at the camera and they talk?
Yeah.
It's really offsetting for some reason. I don't know why.
There's a button on mine. Awesome. Good stuff, Marie. Yeah, I'd say I think hopefully James will be bringing a few people up. So if you can make it, do come on down. We'll see what we're doing as well. I'm not sure what our plans are just yet in terms of when we head up to the venue and get set up. But yeah, looking forward to next Friday. I love every time we get a Yeovil, man. It's a right laugh. Yeah, they're those real intimate shows that it's, yeah.
And the beer's cheap.
It is good fun. Cheap drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think we're seeing Dan there as well. And then there's a Don Broco show the next day. I've not even looked into that yet, but I do kind of fancy going. I think that's in Bournemouth.
Aren't we doing the thing with the guys the day after on the 16th? Watching the film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we should talk about that. Oh,
yeah, you can't get to the Don Broco show. If the Don Broco show is the next day, you can't do both.
Unless, well, it depends what time we do the.
Yeah, well, the film's only an hour long, I think. So it's not. It's not.
I think it's like 40 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
I say, great idea. Yeah, I can't wait to do that actually, because the Uncensored podcast guys have invited us to work on something a little new with them. We're going to watch it's kind of an intentionally bad film with them and record all our reactions to it. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's an absolute doozy. It's going to be really good. Callum's find this was. I think it was within 10 seconds of thinking of the idea from their end. Callum had already found a film.
It was literally on my front page on Amazon. It was like,
what is your obsession with just shit movies, by the way?
It's funny.
There's so many, dude.
Because sometimes there's another one. Have you ever seen Wish Upon?
Wish Upon. I have not seen Wish Upon.
Okay, it's like a really bad horror movie. It's like a monkey's paw type scenario where a girl finds a box and it gives her wishes, but it makes every time she makes a wish, it makes people die. Some of that in horrible ways, but it's just like it's really bad. But the people who made it all knew how to make a film. Like they went to film school and they knew how to do writing and everything. But it's just awful. Whereas like other bad films are just like, they have no idea.
Bad or what?
No, it's really trying. But because it's really trying, it's really funny and bad.
You'll have to send me a link to that one. That
but you see other bad films, and people just make it like like the one we're gonna watch. Guy just made it like in his house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't know how to make a film.
It's a proper fan film.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to make a film. He just wanted to make a film, and
Shanice has seen the one you're on about. What was it called again?
Wish Upon.
Wish Upon. I'm going to just put that in the comments for later. Got to check that out. Yep. I'll have a look at that later.
Yeah, so it's annoying because she like wishes for things. Be like, oh, I want this to do this, and you think it's going to be like, oh, they're going to be really creative with like how the people die, but it's just they just die, like for no reason, and like nothing, like it's not creative or like scary or anything. It's awful. Nice. It's great.
I love your film recommendations. I've never been disappointed in knowing that I will be disappointed when I watch the film. You've never let me down there.
Did you watch Aztec Rex?
Oh my god, I watched the trailer for that. I feel like I might have actually watched Aztec Rex, but I was not in a sober state. Aztec Rex, 10 out of 10 animation. There's another one like it as well. I can't remember what it was. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'll think of it in a bit.
Is it Velocipaster?
Velocipaster is the one, yeah.
Shark Exorcist as well. That's another great one.
How do you know? You spend a lot of time just on a particular part of the internet, I reckon. Just for a lot of people, that could be a bad thing, but I think in this case, it's pretty good.
Hey, it's just funny.
Yeah, man. Right, I'm just gonna quickly pour myself a drink. Then we've got a few topics we're gonna take you guys through this evening. Get some opinions in if we can as well, because we've got some kind of plans for next year and the year after that we want to sort of share some ideas out, see what you guys think, put the feelers out, tell you what we've got coming up, what we've been working on. And yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat about what we got for Christmas coming up, what's going on in the new year, what we're looking forward to. But yeah, as many of you who can comment, go for it. I'll be right back. Just going to get a drink poured.
What drink?
Oh, that dog.
You didn't even mute. You could just hear him. I'll go over the notes and see what we might be doing. He's put his glass down. We hear him. Bloody Wish Upon.
Hello.
Bloody Wish Upon.
Wish Upon. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look that up in a bit. I'll get the trailer up in a while. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, hope everyone who's watching as well, thank you for tuning in as always. Just so that the guys who have just joined who don't know, James can't make it this evening. He's had a bit of a tough day, I think. He's all good for the show next Friday, however, in Yeovil. So if you're in the area in the southwest, come on down to the Duke of York next Friday. Ourselves, James Haynes opening, and it's Empire of One on main support. So that's going to be great fun. Last show of the year, we're going to make it a bit of a bash. So if you can come on down, do. And I'll put a ticket link toward the end of the stream. But yeah, so Callum, what you got planned for Christmas, dude? You got much on?
Work.
Nice, dude. I've got the exact opposite of work. I've got I think, a solid 2 weeks off. So I'm going to be working on some new tunes, I think, for the band, some new ideas.
I'm just working. We're going to my mum's for the
Nice,
day.
yeah, have a bit of a family one.
And then going.
Mm.
Doing nothing.
We have to do something for New Year's, I think.
Maybe.
If you're not working.
I'm working New Year's Day.
Yeah. Ooh. We're going to have to do like an old man's version of New Year's.
Play Civ 6 or something. That's what I normally do.
Yeah, we could do. Or we could do like a one-shot D&D campaign.
Yeah, maybe.
We should do a Christmas one.
Yeah.
I was having a chat. There's a surprising amount of other bands that we've played shows with and stuff that actually quite enjoy D&D. So we should probably do some. We could do something with that. We could film some stuff with that, I reckon. A bit of a laugh with the other guys on tour and that.
Check's flying down.
Nice, man. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have a look through our list. So I think what we've got coming up. So gig-wise, obviously 15th of December. Then we're not playing a show then. I mean, Bournemouth's had it for a while now. Local shows aren't on for a little while now. We're looking at 26th of January in Bristol as our next show in the new year. So our first show next year will be in a brand new town for us. So, well, new city even. So looking forward to that. But yeah, we've had a pretty creative weekend, I'd say, man. We went in, we're in the studio yesterday. I think we had quite a few comments come in from our stories that we put out on Instagram. Been working on a few of the tracks that we play live in the studio. So we'll be releasing hopefully some new videos for one or two covers, perhaps. Maybe get a featuring artist on at some point. That's the aim. Yeah, done. Well, that was down at Hangover Hill with Matt Black. So managed to get 2 tracks done yesterday. We'll tell you more about that when we are able to. I just saw that, Marie. Glad to hear you're getting out there. Had enough of you now, anyways. Just kidding. Well, you're going to be hungry for us by the time we're playing Bournemouth again. I don't know when we are actually, but yeah, we're leaving Dorset out for a little while we work on some new material. I think Dorset's one of our best testing grounds for when we write new songs and we work on new tracks. So what would be really cool, I think, is if we can work on maybe 1 or 2 new songs for the next time we're playing in Bournemouth. We should have something brand new that we're going to start working on very shortly, and that we're hoping to start looking at recording throughout the end of next year into the following year. But we've got some pretty cool plans. I won't give everything away at once, but we want to basically write an album's worth of material. How we release that, we're not 100% sure yet. We've got some ideas of that. We love making music videos, so it's quite probable we will still record 1 or 2 more music videos for the hero material, and probably 1 or 2 cover music videos that will keep you guys well fed throughout Q1 and 2 next year. But yeah, any suggestions of songs that you think we should have a look at, feel free to put them in. We can always take a look with the band. We're always pooling ideas, so feel free to drop those into us by messenger or on here. But yeah, I think once we've done the covers, I think we'd like to do some alternative versions of 1 or 2 of our current tracks. Maybe sort of like an unplugged live lounge acoustic style EP that we can sort of take to radio. Because I want to get on radio more. I think that's got to be an aim for us next year. I think we've got a lot of good material now that we can play pretty well live. What I really want to do now is share it out there to a wider audience, and especially our live act. We've got to get further and further afield. So again, any towns and cities that people think we should be visiting, do let us know, and we'll look into it. Marie says, yeah, hero acoustic style. That's 100% one of the contenders. So I think we're going to look at doing something like that. There's a few other tracks that, Marie, I know specifically you very much like, that we'll be working on as well, with maybe some interesting instruments, maybe a violin or something like that in one of the tracks. So we'll see how it goes. And Aaron, yeah, that would be awesome. We're hoping to do quite a lot of stuff throughout this next year. It's going to be more creative than we've been. Obviously, this year we were pretty preoccupied with releasing Hero and getting loads of gigs and getting a bit of a following. We've worked on getting connections with a new booking agent so that we can move further afield more comfortably. So next year we'll be moving up into the Midlands and the north, hopefully, of England. We want to, hopefully, if we can, go abroad for the first time next year with the band. Purely personal reasons. I think we should have a holiday and play as play a gig while we're there. I think that'd be fucking awesome, dude. And Callum's never been abroad, so I want to show him somewhere. Don't know where yet, but we'll find somewhere. We'll find somewhere cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like somewhere. I don't know. You don't like heat, but
No.
it's a different heat, and every Brit abroad will say that. Oh, it's a different heat, mate. It is though. It's comfortable and nice. I think somewhere like Italy or Spain would be really good. But I did see our second biggest country on Spotify this year was Germany, so that is a contender. I've never been to Germany, by the way, so I have to have a think about that one. Or somewhere Scandinavian if you like the cold. I've not been many Scandinavian places. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know any.
Yeah, I see. It's an interesting one to me, that, because you say you've not really ever like thought about it or thought about traveling or wanted to travel.
No.
I think when you do it the once, though, you're gonna be like, oh, actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I don't know.
We'll have to see. You will. I think you will. I think, I think pretty comfortably you will. We'll see. Was it say that where's the furthest you've been from home? Did you say?
Wales.
Technically, you've been abroad.
I think.
I guess.
Yeah, it would have been like Holyhead in Wales.
Yeah, man. What's that? North Wales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wales is nice, to be fair. It's just very similar to here. That's all.
Well, the place we went, it was Welsh was their first language, pretty much. Like, it was like English second, Welsh first. Like, even like went inside one of the Asdas and like all the tannoys were just talking in like Welsh.
Wow.
And then
yeah,
English,
you know what?
And it was like,
it's weird. Because it almost sounds like English, almost in some places. Yeah, it's like, have you seen those videos going around where it's like what English sounds like to a non-English speaker? Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
I did go to I visited North Wales a few times. Went once with my family, and we went in this pub, and they were speaking English until they heard us with English accents, and they all flipped to Welsh. I was like, oh, what do we do, man? I think the reason the Welsh kind of historically hate the English, we beheaded a prince or something like that 100, 200 years ago. I don't know. I wasn't there, man. I didn't do it. Wild. Funny, that kind of historic thing, but yeah, man. But yeah, so I think we've got quite a bit lined up for next year, even more so for the year after. The aim is to try and get some bigger shows, start building up the stage show a little bit more. I think we're pretty good in terms of musicality and performance. What we want to do is maybe introduce some lights to the stage. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. I think even just mood setting lights, like this thing I've bought recently, just the galaxy light thing. Yeah. If we just put that on before a show, it's just a bit more interesting than white light in the room. I think it just sets a bit more of a mood. People are having a few drinks. It looks a bit trippy, actually. These green lasers look really trippy when they're just around you. It's pretty cool. And also it's shaped like an astronaut, so that's nice. Murray says, I've got a mate who's Welsh, and he says things that make no sense all the time. In Welsh or in English? To be fair, we say things that make no sense all the time, but we do it unintentionally in our native language. So lots of plans for next year. We've also got, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've been trying to ramp up the social media profiles a little bit lately. So we've been building up on Facebook and Instagram in English, like now in a minute. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, phraseologies that they're like old phrases that seem to have like been lost in translation at some point, and they no longer make sense as well. Yeah, like now in a minute. I like that one. But yeah, so we're ramping up the social media profiles a bit. We're uploading some of the music videos now. Hopefully some of you saw Bedlam fly up today on Facebook. We uploaded Sold last week, and we're going to have another next week from the old back catalogue, from the Sold EP, in fact. But we will also eventually be bringing the Hero stuff on, and hopefully maybe some new music videos, maybe for Louder, maybe for Hyde. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens there. I think they need a visual representation. I think every song should have a music video. I don't see any reason why not, other than, physical logistics and costs and time. But I think we can hopefully focus and get some work done on those. And they'll all be uploaded to Facebook eventually as well. We've been working with a new company called LMS UK, which has been absolutely awesome so far in terms of the social media planning and marketing side. they've helped us out a lot in terms of getting us organized, helping us schedule in the right kind of things that you guys hopefully enjoy seeing. So we'll be getting more and more photos from shows. I think that's kind of one of the coolest things to seeing, stills from a show you're at. I think that's really good. And yeah, clips from music videos. And also we're really strange as a group of friends. So we do our sketches that are currently only on YouTube, actually. So if you've not seen it, you should check out our YouTube channel and look at Chefs, because that's the kind of thing we like to do. Old style kind of YouTube supercut, strange humor. We kind of like doing stuff like that. And I think we might do more of that as we try and promote stuff. It feels more, I think, personable to us. We've talked about it quite a bit in the van on tours and stuff. We just want to make stuff we enjoy making as well, and hopefully you guys will get what we're doing. If not, we'll just look like proper insane people. That's okay. We look pretty insane in that one, but I thought it was pretty fun. Chefs is pretty fun. Shanice says, I think the Teletubbies one needs to happen. I won't disclose anything further about the Teletubbies video that we have been conjuring in our minds collectively in the band, but it would be a good one. I think that would be an absolutely fantastic video to create. And again, it's finding a way to preface it so that it also brings people to our music, because at the end of the day, this is all about the music we're making and the stories we tell around the music and the sound we want to share with you guys. And at live shows, we bring you into that. It's really important to us that the audience is a big part of the show. You guys are performing just as much as we are at a show. I think I used the example last week, but if I came up to you and said, how are you doing? And you screamed at me in the street, I'd be a bit weirded out. But on stage, that's exactly what we want. So keep it up. Yeah, it's a weird one. I hadn't really thought about that until we chatted about that in the van a few weeks back. It's a weird concept. Damn right. Damn right, man. But yeah, so nothing further on the Teletubbies one yet, but we do have something Teletubby related that, if you're old enough, not to give away our ages too much, but there was a particular episode of the Teletubbies that freaked us all out and I believe was banned by the BBC that we might be riffing on at some point. But we won't say any more than that for now. But it could be fun if we can pull it off. It will be very Blue Peter-esque, not high quality at all. It'll be music videos, high quality. Our content that we just do between us, always got to be like the proper C-tier content. It's got to be fun and a bit scuffed. Marie says, we need more stuff like Chefs. It's just all your personalities in a video. Yeah, well, yeah, I appreciate that. Hopefully we can. That's, the aim. We've got a few more bits that we've got planned out still to promote. The Hero EP. So we did a small campaign around Hero EP. Again, we didn't have much of a budget for that. We spent it all on recording. So what we now want to do is hopefully save up a bit of cash. We can put some money into actually promoting that EP a bit further afield, get it on some more radio stations. And, better than that is we'll be able to make some videos in the meantime. Now we're not so concerned with release strategies and getting all the right content in the right place. Hopefully we can just get better at making short form content between the band while we're out and about. We've been doing a few where we try and take you to a show that we're doing. We'll just have the cameras on every now and then, take little clips of each other without warning each other. Always the best way. It's just more fun. We get the best angles that way. But I think more videos like that, if we can, take you to the shows with us. If you can't make it there, at least there's a video that shows you roughly what's going on and what our kind of process is for setting up, packing down, and putting on a show, the kind of show that we put on. So, and hopefully, if we are starting to look at bigger venues, that will get more and more interesting to people because obviously, the bigger the venue, the more separated things are. So, getting a little sneak peek into the world behind the scenes. I think it's kind of interesting, and hopefully the people who like what we do will also find it interesting. So definitely do a lot more of that if we can. Callum, do you want to talk a bit about other content that we've got going on as well? Because I think I've just kind of covered off, we made some notes, and I've kind of covered off the first one of the three that we've got there from the upcoming content.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
We can do about do you want to do uploading the live streams?
Yeah, so finding a good home for the live streams we've been doing, I think.
Yeah. But we thinking of uploading them as pre-recorded, so it's like we're going live on YouTube, but it's our old video, so it stays in the live tab. Because I know there is a way to split. You can multi-stream, but a lot of time you have to bloody pay for it for like no, which is the right pain. Because that's would be the end goal. Because it's already on YouTube, and I have to upload it. Because at the moment we've got like 50 of these, I think.
We've got a pretty healthy backlog of these interviews and chats and kind of a podcast we've now accidentally been doing with all these bands. I think we can do more with it, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But because if there's 50 of them, they're all about an hour and a half. That's 80 hours or something of just fake live streaming. Like even if I can't even leave my computer doing that on its own. I can't just go to work and do it because I'd have to schedule it to then live stream the thing. So it's a bit of a ball ache.
I did see there's a new section on the YouTube channels where you can do it as a podcast. So maybe we upload it as a podcast.
That would be easier because then we can mass upload it and then.
Yeah, I think that'd be the way to do it. Maybe. Well, I think if we space it out a bit, because obviously we get good viewership on the Facebook videos. We look at these afterwards, by the way, guys, and we have a look at sort of the trends when it comes to how many views and comments we're getting, and they're just getting busier and busier, really. Some guests, obviously, we bring in more people, which is fantastic. That's what this is all about, is cross-pollinating, hopefully bringing you guys that are used to just us, a host of new acts or not even just within music. We've had, management on as well. We've had a few different guests, and we do plan to diversify that even further into just people we want to talk to more and more. But hopefully bring you guys in more sort of, I guess, more bands you can check out. More, I mean, if we get artists on, you can check them out. The aim is to just I guess, what's the right word? Not fertilize, to water this community we're building, right? So if I think of it as like a plant, we want to kind of like just spread the goodness and be part of it ideally. And hopefully you guys get to enjoy the end result of that. So that's the aim anyway. And there's a bunch of people on here. I know, for example, Marie, you're watching right now. You're a great example of someone who's actually going to do it themselves as well. Saw your interview today that you had up, and the name of the band has slipped my mind right now, but it was a good interview, and those seem to be getting better and better, and that's the Let's Talk Music side of things. This will just keep expanding. The further the branches go on this tree, then, the more widespread we can get and the more flavor we can bring into this community. And, hopefully we get like a nice scene around us, and we can all be part of it. And when we turn up at shows, we've already got something to talk about with you guys. It's way more fun if we can turn up and it already feels like we know each other, even if we've not met in person. You just watch these streams. At least there's a kickoff point. We can have a chat over the merch booth and just talk and grab a drink, etc. So that's really our aim with these live streams and the kind of podcast element of what we're doing at the moment. Naturally as well, hopefully eventually it's going to bring in more people. We'll have more footage up there and online. People can, if they're coming onto the Regional 1 train fairly late nowadays, sort of, I say late, I mean, this is very, very extremely early in our musical career. But you know what I mean? If they're new to the group, they can go and watch these if they're into that kind of thing. If they like long form content, they can check it out and hopefully see what kind of lovely people are in the chat who comments. They can sort of get an idea what we're like and how we interact with other acts and what other acts are out there and available to them, and what kind of interest we've all got between us in this kind of community we're building. So we'll see how that goes. K9, yes, K9 was the band, Marie. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, they're really cool. So from my understanding, they've not got any, they've not got performing yet, but they will be soon. So keep an eye out for that. And with that in mind, actually, so if you guys have any guest suggestions for us, please always feel free to make them. If there's someone you think, oh, we saw this band the other day and they're absolutely awesome, put us in touch. We're happy to have them on for a chat anytime. Obviously, sometimes we do these shows where we've got the bands that we're playing with around a particular run of gigs. We'll promote that show with them, get to know them a bit. It really benefits us and benefits them as well. By the time we get to sound check, we already know them. We can sort of chill out, and it makes sound check and the whole setup so much smoother and easier for us. But also, hopefully, it provides you guys entertainment as well. So I want to do more and more of this, really get used to it and get more and more comfortable with just, I guess, speaking into a screen and hoping someone's listening. But yeah. It's a weird way to do things, but I think it's nice. I think it's pleasant so far.
Yeah, but I think taking it to YouTube is the big thing, because I think the discoverability is a little bit better I'm not 100% sure though. Obviously, because if it's in the podcast thing, I don't know how it comes up on YouTube because I've never had a podcast like recommended to me on YouTube.
I'm not sure. It's kind of the next natural step, I think. And
but
if we did ever want to go audio only, I know Spotify does podcasts as well with video actually. So
you can still do it with video then on YouTube in the podcast bit. So it's not.
Yeah.
Oh.
All of it is. All of it can be with video. Same with Spotify. I think
maybe easier to do that then rather than.
I think
like
so.
Pre-recorded live stream kind of thing.
That sounds like it's going to be a hassle, to be fair. But the podcasting is fairly new, so I think that came about after we started discussing it, which is kind of handy timing, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Basically, it's literally perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I think there's a lot to be done there. We've got some other kind of secondary content, which is kind of more the, I guess, cultural and social aspect of what we do with Regional One as well. We're all four of us kind of quite into gaming, so we naturally in the evenings will often settle down and have a bit of a video game between us. So we've just recorded a few of those that we thought were fairly sort of bite-sized, and we'll probably end up uploading them at some point when we're working on album writing. Really hoping that kind of content will fill out some space while we're sort of scribing away, working on the new material, because the new material already is challenging in the best way, I think. We're going to introduce some new elements to what we do. We're going to introduce some new sounds to what we do, and we're going to really refine what we've been working on so far, and hopefully build up something which I think hopefully will help to propel us up into the musical scene just a bit more as well, as Hero has started to already. Cheryl says you can do audio podcasts on Spotify and Apple, but YouTube doing big things to keep content on their outlet. Cool. All right. Well, I think the aim is get YouTube on the go then. I think that'll be the next one.
Yeah. It should be easy
Fantastic.
enough to do.
Marie says, what about videos on what your songs are about and where the ideas come from, maybe? Yep, so we've actually got some of that in the works. So that's a great idea. Thank you very much, Marie. We will expand on that as well. We've done some short form content that we're going to cut down to size, get it in the works. We did have a full interview that we did actually at one point for the Soul EP, but that one just kind of got lost on the cutting room floor. We've still got the footage there somewhere, but I think we could do it better justice now that we're better with the public speaking side. Not only that, we're all more kind of close than we were then as well, so we can bounce off each other. We all really know what's going on with Regional One more and more nowadays. We've got such a good true north between us now. I think maybe we'll keep it to shorts. We've got a few more of our favorite song clips coming out soon as well. I think that's a nice, interesting little thing, because until we shot those videos of asking the band members which their favorite songs were, we hadn't really discussed it. So I was quite surprised by some of the answers, and I think you guys probably would be too. So we'll get a few more of those out soon as well. I think we started off with a few of the Hero EP ones, but we got the Soul EP ones to come out soon as well. But yeah, lots of little bits to keep you hopefully interested in what we're doing while we're working away on the new material. So we've got a few video games we've been playing together. We'll probably upload that. We played a game called Labyrinthine over the Halloween period, which was pretty good. Quite an immersive one where it's all based on sound, and you have to have your headphones on, and the entities in game can hear you and stuff. There's some good moments from that where I will say this, we absolutely sucked at puzzle solving. We'll get that clip out soon. That was horrendous. There's a puzzle on that game which I'm fairly certain is the same puzzle I solved on Spyro the Dragon when I was about 8 years old. I think I probably solved it in less than a minute. I think what was it we took, about 10, 15 minutes?
No, it was like 40 minutes.
Was it really?
Yeah, well, I sped the footage up 50 times and it was still 2 minutes long.
Shit!
It was like 40
We're
minutes.
dumb, dude.
I had like 2 drinks. You can see me finishing my drink. I literally just poured a drink and I'm just sat there and you see me finish it.
Yeah, that's rough. I know.
And everyone afterwards was just so defeated because we've been there for so long.
Yeah. I was pretty ready for bed after that. I won't lie. I was exhausted from just looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few other games. There's a few trending games we're looking at the moment. Lethal Company, things like that. We might do a bit more of that, but that's not something we're obviously prioritizing. That's just kind of when we need some downtime. It's a bit of a creative outlet for us if we can play some video games, and if we can record it, and if it's funny, we'll upload it.
And they don't update for Lethal Company as well.
That's dangerous material
which is why we couldn't play it the other day when it was all screwed up.
It looked like a good one as well.
Yeah, they've added like a nutcracker figurine, but yes, it just has a gun. So there's something about chemicals and like a cursed mask or something, I think.
Oh, bloody hell. So, man, yeah, that's something else I quite like to do. We've got a good group of like really close fans and friends that we sometimes play games with as well. So maybe we'll bring them into a few videos if they're up for doing it. Because they're really funny to play with. They're naturally just funny people. And I feel like we should capture that in some way if we can. But yeah. So moving on from that, that's all the stuff we've kind of got coming that we've kind of confirmed. Obviously, we're going to look at these acoustic sort of live lounge style tracks we want to work on for early part of next year. The real focus for us is going to be getting loads of live shows. I think we mentioned before, moving into the Midlands, moving into the North, really sort of getting ourselves out there more and more, looking at some bigger stages where our egos might actually fit would be cool. We got to bounce around a bit more. We did that one show at the barn in Ringwood, and that stage was so big. It was a surreal thing though, because I could walk from one side of the stage and literally only hear bass, and then go all the way over the side and not hear the bass at all, and it was all guitar. So that was weird. That's really strange for someone who's used to like a small stage. That it was surreal, dude. I actually had to properly keep my earphones in for once. I got a real bad habit with that. Yeah, so I think we're looking at then hopefully essentially an album's worth of material. We're following on from the concepts that we've started to touch on in Hero and Sold. Now, for those of you who haven't looked into the songs too much, maybe haven't watched the music videos or don't really sort of, I guess, haven't read into the lyrics or anything like that too much, the regional concept is kind of consistently evolving into this sort of dystopian future at the moment that we've got within our lore, if you like, within the story we're telling with the music. And there are some exceptions to that, things like Smoke It Away. It's just a fun party song that we wanted to write. But then there are tracks like Ministry, Sold, Bedlam, Hero, Hide as well, I think. Yeah, all of these tied together. These will all eventually come together into one story. And we hope to express that in some way through the set of new material we're working on in the music videos. So characters that we've had in there, actors and actresses we've had to play certain characters, we want to bring them back and tie the story we're telling all together and make something really interesting there and kind of unique. Obviously, if we're able to, we'll up the budget a bit on that, get some more special effects, maybe some interesting set pieces in there. But the aim there is to really start bringing out the storytelling to a higher degree as well, and making a bit of a visual spectacle as well as an audio spectacle. Now, when it comes to bringing that into a live performance, we've got a few ideas as to how we're going to do that. Lighting's probably going to be a big one for us, is actually getting a proper lighting rig of our own that we can take on tour with us and not have to rely just on what the venue's got available. So what we really want to do is get better at creating an atmosphere around the music before the music even plays. We currently use Sold's intro track, which I think is, funnily enough, the lowest listens on Spotify that we've got is the Sold intro track. But it's probably one of the most played tracks ever because we play it every time we play a gig. Yeah. So we use that to come on stage at the moment in a lot of ways. And what we'd like to do is work on some more musical pieces and some more atmospheric, maybe kind of almost classical Hans Zimmer-y kind of bits that will build the atmosphere. And we won't just have it at the start of the set. We'd like to maybe eventually build it so there's parts of the set where that comes back in and carries the motion of the performance into the next song more comfortably and in a more interesting manner. So yeah, hopefully you'll see more of that in the future. I think that'll be pretty exciting, especially if any of that ties into the new music, which it 100% will. We're playing around again with some new instrumentation, the possibility of a 7-string guitar. We'll see how that goes. We're playing, we're testing, we'll see what happens. I think there's some cool shit coming out, to be honest. But we are also working on a big variation of songs for the album's worth of material. I think we do that quite well already, where we have quite a variation of kind of, I guess, subgenres within our sort of rock metal sound, and hopefully they all sound like us. But the aim is that we do get to experiment a lot and have a lot of variation and literally write what we want to hear at that particular point in time, and then we'll chisel away and make it something we think you guys will want to hear too. If we do it as an album, that will be probably the biggest expression of that so far, and we'll try and shape it in a way that it makes sense and that it sounds, I think, not the most logical, but the most natural way when it comes to the release of the tracks and everything like that. So that's a good point as well. Any album listeners out there who listen from start to finish, you'll hopefully see why that happens when we come out with something like this. I'm big into concept albums. Stone Sour, House of Golden Bones, good example. Start to finish, the whole thing makes sense. There's a story being told there. Lots of sort of peaks and troughs throughout. It's almost like a 3-part act within an album. I really like that, and I think if that's something we can achieve eventually, then really think we'd be able to do that. To be fair, but I'd like to see what we create from that. But yeah, loads of stuff to look forward to for next year. Callum, you got any shows you're going to, or any shows that we're playing that you're particularly looking forward to?
Ailstorm.
Have you booked tickets?
No, I was going to. I might do it now.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Sell out.
Is it O2, Ailstorm?
Yeah, it's O2. So Bosco.
Probably will sell out, to be fair.
I think it's 40 quid as well after all the fees.
Really? Oh, that's quite pricey, actually.
That's what I thought. I thought for Ailstorm.
That's pricey for us. But then again, you know what? They've been doing the rounds, man. Ailstorm are pretty fun.
And they're playing with
and because it's local, we could have a few drinks
and it's
Saturday
dress
night.
Up. And it's like, where else are you going to go on Saturday night, really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, all right. Ailstorm's kind of a must, in my opinion. They're so much fun.
They're playing with Koplakani as well. Don't know if you ever heard of them.
I do not. Tell me about that.
They're like a folk metal band, but they have like a hurdy-gurdy, which they bring on stage, like an actual hurdy-gurdy. And the accordions and like everything. They're absolutely mental.
February 24th, that is. I'm just going to check the band diary and see if we haven't got anything on that weekend, because if we don't...
Yeah. It's probably that's going to be a big one.
That is already a good highlight. Oh, yeah. Mate, that'll be such a fun week. Do you realise that on the Thursday of that week, we're going to see Shrek the Musical?
Oh, is it?
Shrek the Musical followed by Ailstorm, dude. Come on. Are you going to get a better week than that? I'm not going to be sober all week, mate.
This is crazy.
I can't wait to see live action Donkey, man. Shreddy Murphy. Oh. Most built donkey I've ever seen.
I might try and get Sepultura tickets. I don't know. Depends what
they're doing the big "We're Shutting Down" tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
The plug tour.
Yeah, I never really got that into them, but I'd probably be up for seeing them before they disappear in case I ever do get into them, though.
Yeah, they're pretty good. If you like,
good live,
because all the
I've heard
they're all like Latin America kind of music, and it's all like the big tribal drums, and they are like really good.
That's
really
awesome,
even though they're technically like a cover band now, because there's no original members. Like
that's a crazy position to be in. That, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like the most original member is the bassist, who only joined the band when they made their second album. And then everyone else is new.
Yeah, that's a weird position to be in, but I guess as long as they're writing in the same vein and they've still got the same spirit of it makes sense still. Because I do think bands outgrow their members quite sort of.
Yeah, well, I think the new singer took over and did it like justice a lot.
Oh yeah,
he's
for
really
sure.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd be up for that because I have only heard good things about their live performance. So Sepultura will be a bit of a laugh. I've got Nothing More the week before Ailstorm. Nothing More are a very good band live. I recommend them. They have an instrument they built that looks like essentially a motorbike crossed with the cockpit of a spaceship. And it makes dubstep sounds.
Yeah.
They can do a full cover of Skrillex just with that thing. I guess it's like a really twisted up mental MIDI controller.
Yeah.
But if anyone's watching, check out Nothing More Skrillex live. It is an insane thing to witness. And yes, Cheryl, Nothing More are extremely energetic. That's what I think I like about them the most. They've essentially harnessed the kind of dubstep drum and bass sound into like a pop rock format. And the guy's voice is just amazing. I really like that band, but they go from like really heartfelt music into just batshit mental stuff as well. It's really good. That's a big one for me in terms of going to shows. I'd like to say Download, but I'd be lying.
Yeah, Bloodstock, obviously. Bloodstock's always really good.
I'm thinking I might try out for Bloodstock this year. I've never been to Bloodstock.
It's so good. It's
yeah,
incredible.
Oh, I did, and it looks pretty good this year.
Yeah, this year is actually really, it's pretty stacked.
Yeah.
They've kind of dialed it down with all the, because normally it's just like all death metal and everything, but they've actually like got, because they've got like Architects and Amon Amarth headlining, which is creating Opeth. So
that's a good lineup.
It's just incredible. We're begging for Opeth.
Yeah, man. I think I'd be up for that.
And if you've never seen Opeth, oh my god.
I've not, and you've told me good things. Yeah, Cheryl says it's quite a compact festival as well, so I think that'd be something I like the idea of.
Well, it's completely independent as well. Like it's not, it's not owned by C Tickets or Live Nation or anything. It's all made by people who just like metal music.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's probably about 20,000 people, I'd say.
Okay.
Maybe. I know the main stage is about same size as the second stage for download.
Yeah, it must be about 20. That'd be about 20,000 cap, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I'm falling on the side of definitely supporting the more independent festivals this year, morally obviously as well, but more so that I've not been wowed at all by the download lineup. It's not bothered me at all. I'm normally quite excited about download.
Limp Bizkit though.
I don't care. I think I just missed the Limp Bizkit train. I know about 2 songs. I like what I hear, but it doesn't sell a 330 quid ticket. That
no, they have made a massive comeback though. Limp Bizkit. They've gone from being the most hated band, like metal band.
Was it an ironic hate though? Because I feel like Nickelback are about to do the same thing.
Yeah,
I quite like Nickelback. I would see them.
I've forgotten who said it now. I've heard it somewhere, but they said like, how can you hate Nickelback if they bring you so much joy? You know, you can't not laugh every time you hear Rockstar or like Photograph. It's always funny. Exactly. And they can't be this,
They have a song called S.E.X. I guess me around the Facebook terms of service that.
Yeah. Just say
thank God for Nickelback. See, they saved us again, bro.
Yeah.
Cheryl says take a look at Slam Dunk. Yeah, I did go to Slam Dunk one year and the after party and everything. That was a good laugh. I haven't looked at the lineup this year actually. Let's see what they got for Slam Dunk.
The Takedown lineup is looking really good as well.
I don't know where I just typed that. That could be in any window.
What did you just type Slam Dunk?
But yeah, it's in it. It's somewhere. So improve Slam Dunk. Okay, lineup. See what they got going. But yeah, Takedown was another one. I want to look at. There's a few venues and festivals that we've been recommended for playing at that I'd quite like to go along to. So that was it. Burn It Down Festival. Something several thousand trees. Is it 1,000, 2,000 trees?
2,000 trees. Yeah.
2,000 trees. I knew it was something 1,000 trees. I want to go check these festivals out and see how well we'd suit it in the future, because I think it's time we start seriously thinking about that, to be fair. Right, Slam Dunk 2024 lineup. I Prevail, Yumi at 6. Yumi at 6 are alive?
Yeah.
Asking Alexandria, like 3rd down the fucking list. How's that possible? They've been killing it, dude. I saw them. I think you were there, weren't you? Did you see them with us with Blackstone Cherry? Was that then?
No.
You didn't see that? Okay.
That was the Darkness when we went and saw Blackstone Cherry.
Yeah, when was Asking Alexandria then? That was a different show.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Venue, I think.
I've never seen Asking Alexandria.
Well, man, they are really good lately. I used to think they were really cringe, and I saw them lately, and I was like, whoa, they were really, really good live. That's not a bad lineup, but I'd have to look at the pricing on that, because I mean, it's like the kind of I guess what I used to consider the reliable festivals that you go to. They're not that reliable this year. Don't know what's happened. But yeah, I'm in so many different minds about where to go next year. But I definitely want to hit up some local festivals. The Plymouth Portsmouth festivals. See if we can get a slot on one even and just turn up and stay for the whole thing.
Slam Dunk's 120 quid.
That's quite cheap. That's not bad. Is it 2 days?
No, it's just the 1 day.
Oh, is it the 1 day?
Yeah, but it's inside, isn't it? It's like a big.
It's if I remember, if it's the same place, it's like what's the place? Not Worthing. It begins with a W, but it's like essentially in an academy. It's like there's concrete everywhere, and you go into different rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a university campus or something. I'm not really sure, but it's cool. I want an overnight show. I'm really considering Bloodstock this year. I've been chatting to Aaron about it as well, because normally we work the Nozfest, but I just really want to go to the Bloodstock, so I'm gonna have a think about that. I was hoping we'd be playing Nozfest this year. I think we'd quite suit that show, but another time, hopefully in the future.
Who's that? Bloodstock? Oh my god, it's just stacked.
Oh yeah.
Thing is that with Bloodstock, they don't do like, it's more or less the same bands a lot of the time, but it's always, they always keep it kind of fresh.
Enough variation, yeah.
Like
they seem to bring in a lot of new acts.
Headliners, like the only time I've had a repeat headliner was Megadeth. Like they've done that before, but it's Megadeth, so whatever. Fair enough. And then I think Amon Amarth have headlined before, but Amon Amarth headline slot is incredible with like all the dragons and stuff they have on stage.
I must admit, I'm more for like the melodic metal styles, but
you love Opeth.
Yeah, man. It's another thing. I used to be like really into the heavy. I mean, my first ever show that I went to sort of on my own without my parents and everything was it was Rise to Remain, Whitechapel, Chimera, and Trivium.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's not a bad way to start, man.
It was old school Trivium as well. They were like,
it was brutal, man. It was it's just after I think the Crusade, but that was a fairly melodic album, but it was pretty fucking good, man.
At Bloodstock, I don't know if you ever heard of a guy called Igor.
I've heard of an Igor.
He's there.
I don't think it's the same one.
It might be. Igor with 3 R's.
Frankenstein's assistant.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same one then.
What he's named after.
Yeah, probably. I got the creakiest chair, dude. That's my next big purchase, is a new chair. This thing, oh yeah. Oh, that just tuned out 3 people. That. Lots of shows to look forward to next year. I do think Bloodstock might be the one. We've also got a lot of shows we'll be playing. I won't say too much yet, as I know a lot aren't necessarily announced. But we will be heading up to, again, we've talked about it, but we'll be in the Midlands. And one of the big ones I'm looking forward to, which we can talk about, is Rocks Off at the Brickmakers in Norwich. So this is a debut for us. We've never been to Norwich. And this little festival is meant to be an absolute banger. So I'm really excited about that show. And I know the lineup's really cool. So if you're in the area near Brickmakers, I've heard it's a fairly well-known venue in the area. We'll be there too. Again, that's working with our new booking agent. I don't know how much they want us to disclose, so I won't say anything further than that. But very good so far. Very much enjoying it. If you're watching, thank you so much. And Cheryl, we've already shouted out LMS, so you've had your time. You've missed it. No, LMS is doing great work with us, and so far it's keeping us right on track there. They whip us into shape when it comes to the social media end, for sure, helping out a lot on the other side of things. So bands who are watching, if you're looking to apply to somewhere, if you need some help with that, do get in touch with LMS UK. We've got some more footage actually from our visit there, which we'll release soon as well, because it was a cool old visit. That's where I got really confused about Jaffa cakes and biscuit versus cakes. They're definitely a cake. I think I was right. I can't remember. But yeah, I think in terms of shows we're playing, I don't want to say too much yet. But any of the band stuff are you looking forward to next year? I've got this question I put down earlier. I can sort of kick us off on this one if you want. But for me, the big thing I'm really looking forward to this year is genuinely getting to be really creative again with the music. Because obviously the hero tracks, actually Louder we wrote probably a month or so before we recorded it. Yeah. And Hyde was in the works for a while. Ministry was in the works for a while. Hero was in the works for a while. But really coming through the lockdowns and everything, we had a lot of ideas that we'd built up and that we shipped out. But we've got some ideas for this album. But what I'm really, really excited about is sincerely just creating from scratch a soundscape. And a whole plethora of songs that touch on themes that we're quite excited about, themes that I think are quite relevant today and will be increasingly relevant. And if we can convey the theory and the stories behind them accurately, I think we're onto something quite special from what we've discussed. But we won't disclose too much the themes yet, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to most. Being creative, making music videos, making songs. I love being in the recording studio, all that stuff. I love the whole thing, really. But it's the most creative element. What about you, man? What are you looking forward to band-wise next year?
Playing loads of shows.
Hell yeah.
Playing shows, seeing shows. Because obviously, every time we play a show, we're there for the whole show.
Yeah, man.
Near enough. We don't normally miss the bands unless we're getting food or whatever, but we still try and see everyone. Or we're packing up.
Yeah, man.
It's obviously a bit of a pain. But we normally try and chuck it all to the side and pack up at the end, but it's hard if every other band's doing that, 'cause then you've got like 4 bands all trying to fighting through all their gear and everything, so it's a bit of a pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they all stay, not every band always stays.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that's one of the real benefits to doing what we do is we technically, really, I mean, we just get to see music, live music, in its rawest form at the earliest stages these bands are in existence for free.
Yeah.
And actually, sometimes we get paid to do it, which is the insane thing, right? That is so good. Yeah, I see what you mean, man. And also the live bit's probably the best bit, isn't it? I think the connection, the raw, real connection.
And all the beer.
Nice. And the beer.
Every place got different
I don't even
beer
drink
on.
beer, but yeah. Oh my god, yeah. You and Aaron are right fiends for the old pale ale. So what's the local pale ale there?
We need to do. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but
pale ale tour.
Yeah, there's a comedian, Ed. You know Ed Burns. Ed Byrne,
yeah.
Yeah, whenever he plays a show, and he's with their supporting comedians, he always posts a picture of him and his supporting comedian at the pub before the show, and then he highlights what beer he has and gives it like a rating and everything.
We can do that, yeah.
If
you and Aaron want to do that and make that a thing, just do it, man. Like,
Hazy
with
Jane,
whatever tour photo we put, you gotta do it.
Hazy Jane, 10 out of 10. Hazy Jane. Yeah.
Well, we can start that off, man. Let's do it. Let's start it next Friday, huh? Because I think we'll all be on the boozing next Friday if we can be.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun show. I should drop the ticket link actually in the meantime as well.
But he does IPAs because we'll see. There's so many different IPAs. There's only so many lagers, you know. It's always Kronenberg or Carlsberg or Stella. But with the IPAs, there's such a variety, and like other ales, because you know how many people just brew it in England. How many breweries there are, and how many different. You get all the Christmas ales on now. There's always funny ones like Rudolph's Nose or something like a ruby ale.
I've seen these going around. I've never tried them, to be honest. I'm always weirdly. I think we discussed this maybe the other day at the studio. But for me, Christmas is a wine time.
Yeah, we were saying this. Yeah, me and Aaron say that.
I quite like a wine at Christmas.
Chop the beer off and get on the wines.
Yeah. Well, what it is it puts me in a state of absolutely not having a clue and being really relaxed about it. I can drink a lot of spirit in most cases. But wine, I can be like one glass into wine and I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
And my cheeks will go as red as the wine too. Proper gammon features, dude.
It's good for snacking as well. You can have snacks and wine.
Yeah, man.
I was thinking of snacks and beer, I suppose, but
I have a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
A lot of cheese over Christmas and just meat.
Cheese. Yeah.
I don't fuck around with like chips and things at Christmas. It's meat and cheeses. It's pretty much my entire diet.
No, walnut.
And some green. Eat your greens.
Like pistachios. They're green.
Pistachio.
Brussels sprouts.
My edamame beans. I don't know how to say that. Is it edamame? Is it edamame?
I think it's edamame.
I feel like that's the most correct way it would be read.
Edamame.
But I am talking out my ass, so...
I don't know, we have the internet.
Yeah, do it.
How to pronounce. Oh.
Just do Google text-to-speech.
Edamame.
Yeah, I know, but I'll feel right. I can't do it.
Edamame.
Nice. Nailed it. So cultured. Oh, very good. Right. I think... Is there anything else we want to talk about while we're here? Let's just have a quick look. So... We've gone through that. Obviously, yeah, we've touched on it, but if you've got any guest suggestions, please do let us know. Shoot us a message, drop a comment. we're all keeping an eye on that kind of stuff. We may be looking out for some extras for some music videos in the new year, so I'll let you guys know on that one, especially the guys who I know are consistently watching. You will be top of our list if you fancy getting involved. But yeah, keep an eye on our pages. They should be getting more and more busy. Cheryl's whipping us into shape with that. She's getting us real good at that. So we'll be doing a lot more in terms of the small form, the short form content. You'll be getting lots more long form content also. But yeah, we'll be getting better at the bite-sized content as well, because we know everyone's busy, but we still want to be in your minds when we can be. So yeah. Anything else you want to go through, Cal? Are we happy to wrap?
We can wrap, I guess.
We can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, having a watch, commenting. If you're watching from the future, hello from the past. And yeah, I hope you've had a great evening with us. We've had a great evening just chatting ideas out, really. It helps a lot to be able to vocalize these things to get more organized in our brains, I think. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, any thoughts you've had on what we said, please do let us know. Obviously, we're doing this to please ourselves, but we also want to please you guys, So any suggestions, any ideas, any thoughts on what we've said this evening, do let us know. Feel free to shoot us a message, whatever you want to do. But thank you guys so much. And if you haven't got your tickets for Friday, get them in advance. It's cheaper. And we'll see you in Yeovil for the last show of 2023. And then...
That's about it.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.